Yomimon Masters, welcome to another battle. This one is again from the Generations tournament, and it's against my buddy Alex. This one is a hyper-offensive team that I went up against of Charizard, Cecil, Breloom, Mamoswine, Klefki, and a Haxorus. And I didn't know that going into it. I was afraid of the Klefki because Klefki can just be annoying, and everything else I just knew were attackers. But I didn't really know how it would synergize. But his team was really good, and you're gonna see how this hyper-offensive team did really well. He ended up getting second place in the tournament, and this was one of the deciding matches for the finals. And I'll let you know how he got into the finals with some awesomeness. So we're gonna lead out with my Pokemon. I go with Diancie because, well, I want to get my Mega out early, and she's a little frail against some things, so I want to be able to make sure I get that protection support. He brings out his Haxorus, and I haven't seen a Haxorus since, you know, some play in VGC of Gen 5, but I know he has 147 base attack, so I know he's a powerhouse. I know he has about 98 or 97 base speed, so I know that Diancie in her Mega form should be able to outspeed him, right? But I'm still don't know what his moveset is. I'm afraid of the Earthquake, which it sometimes carries, right? But he withdraws Haxorus, probably expecting Moonblast, which is the move that I do, and he brings in this Klefki, and I'm like, alright, what annoying crap are you going to do? So he takes the Moonblast pretty well because it's not very effective, but he brings up the Light Screen, I'm like, oh. But I expected that, so I do Diamond Storm instead, which is a physical-based move. And it does okay damage again, both moves. Klefki pretty much walls Diancie in my case, but my other move being Heal Bell other than the Protect. But so I bring in Metagross, and now it uses Thunder Wave, and I was not expecting that, right? And actually kind of funny because Diancie has Magic Bounce, so if I had stayed in, then it would have got Magic Bounce to him, but since I didn't, I get a 1-2 punch of Thunder Wave and Foul Play to the face, and I get paralyzed. I'm like, oh goodness, what am I gonna do? So I take him out because I know I have Heal Bell on my Diancie, and I don't want to get Thunder Waved again. So I bring in a weaker Pokemon, not weaker, but Rotom doesn't have a lot of attack, right? So Foul Play isn't gonna do as much, but it brings up the Reflect, and I'm like, well, I brought you in for a second reason. I want to get a Will-O-Wisp off, but that misses, and I do it again, and finally I get the Will-O-Wisp on the Klefki. Now, I wasn't trying to lower its attack, but lower its in attack because Foul Play. Well, actually, no. The lower its attack for Foul Play doesn't work that way, but I just wanted some residual damage off of it just in case I couldn't get any solid hits against it. So I do the Shadow Ball, and I know it's not going to do a lot because of the Light Screen, and it does Foul Play, and it's not doing that much damage. So I pretty much nerfed the Klefki at this point, and I just use Will-O-Wisp just in case it switched out, and it uses Foul Play and is going to be taken down by the burn this turn, I believe. And I like Rotom. Rotom did a really good job at this point. It was the perfect special pivot that I wanted on this team, and he did really well at his job. So I'm like, yay! And the Light Screen is gone. I'm like, let's do this, right? So then Breloom comes in, and I'm like, all right, Breloom, right? And I'm like, wait, Breloom is fast? Choice Scarf. So I'm not expecting a Scarf Breloom, and maybe expecting a Sporing Breloom. Sporing Breloom. I'm gonna start calling it Spreloom. So I was expecting Spreloom, but I got Bullet Seeds to the face. That's what I got. So I bring in my Ariados because, hey, I don't want to actually go to sleep, but then he uses Rock Tomb, and I'm like, did you think of everything on this team? Wow, you were just countering me left and right, and I was playing behind the 8-ball this entire match, and that Rock Tomb, while not taking me out, and it wouldn't have because I have Focus Sash on him, but I do Poison Jab because he'll get some super effective damage off, and I wanted to get to the point where I maybe could have Sucker Punched it, but Ariados is mainly there for hazard support and the occasional sleep blocking that people wouldn't expect. So Ariados can't do anything here because I know he has the speed advantage on me, so I bring back Metagross once again because I don't want to take a Bullet Seed or Rock Tomb to the face. I know he wasn't going to do Bullet Seed, that's quad resisted, but that did pretty well. And I'm like, alright, now because you're poisoned, a Bullet Punch should take you out, but of course this thing carries Mach Punch because I should have known that, right? And it takes me out instead, and anytime I thought of something, he was one step ahead of me, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? So then he finally, I think the poison's gonna take him out next turn, so I bring in my Diancie so I can get a Protect off, and that way the boy, whatever he's gonna do, the Mach Punch, the Bullet Seed, whatever, I know he has a lot of super effective moves against me, but I know that it's not gonna hit me because of that Protect. But he realizes this later in the match, because, so, to explain how the tournaments work at Club at UW is we do round robin in conferences, right? And you get points based on the Pokemon you take out, right? So at this point, I think I was in the 20s, right? And I think I needed like a 25 or something to get through. So in order for that to happen, I needed to take out at least one more of his Pokemon, even though he will take out most of my Pokemon, right? So, but in that case, he'll notice this, and it'll happen later. But you just saw my Gyarados getting taken out by Cecil, which is expected. So I bring in my Gengar, which I know is fast, and I'm like, you can take an Ice Shard. I know that's not going to be a big deal, but he didn't take it as well as I hoped he would. So I do Will-O-Wisp, but it misses again. Like, all these Will-O-Wisp misses are killing me, right? Like, at points where I probably should have attacked, I was probably taking more of the defensive play. But for me, it wasn't the defensive play exactly. It was more of I wanted to be able to make sure I could use Hex, which was a more powerful move than Sludge Wave at this point, and that's how I felt about it, right? So he does Icicle Crash, and, you know, I have the Assault Vest, but that doesn't matter for this move. But I did put some EVs into defense as well, but he took over half of my damage with that. I was like, what are you doing? But I get some life back with Drain Punch. It's super effective, and it takes them out. And I'm like, all right, I took out the Mamoswine. I'm really like, okay, Mamoswine, you were kind of crazy, but hey. Then he brings in his Charizard, and I'm like, I really got nothing for this Charizard at all. Bringing in his Charizard late game. This is another one of my weaknesses that I do need to work on in Pokemon matches. Late game Megas. And it does Dragon Dance, and I'm like, oh lordy. Oh lordy, lordy, lordy. Now, I will review my own moves and say the stupid thing here was doing Poison Jab. I should have just done Drain Punch, because Drain Punch has Stab, right? But of course I didn't want to do Drain Punch. Why? Because I didn't know he would Mega Evolve right away, right? And even if he did Mega Evolve, I didn't know if he was going to Mega Evolve into Charizard Y, right? So, in hindsight, yes, I should have done Drain Punch, but in the moment, I was like, I don't want to take non-super effective damage against him in my Hubris. Yeah, I said Hubris. I can't speak sometimes, but. So Diancie comes in, and I'm like, alright, if he stays in, then I take out a Charizard, and I win, and I get to advance to the finals. But he's like, no. Just gonna bring in my Cecil, who walls the ever-loving shit out of your Diancie. And I'm like, Protect, he's like, does nothing. And then I'm just like, Bullet Punch, GG. Go on to the finals and make a brother proud. It was an awesome match to say the least. So that does it for that one. I'm gonna have one more from this tournament coming at you next week, and that's gonna be versus my friend Cecil. So look out for that. Again, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that. Especially comment, like, let me know what you want to learn about the metagame, what things you like about the metagame the most. How do you feel Yomi plays into not only Pokemon but other things? And I'm going to be working on more about making the presentation value and more of the value of Yomi from this a lot better than it is. But I want your ideas and I want your feedback. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.